So getting back to your dad and his addiction, I guess I'm in the family, so I knew the ins and outs, but like a normal person that knew your dad.
No.
Nobody
idea.
knew. Nobody knew.
Especially in his later, like in the towards the I would say the last 10 years of his life. I don't think anyone knew. I mean, he was so big into that church. Which I hated.
Yeah.
I hated that church.
Well,
I did.
Yeah. No, I don't even know much about that church other than somebody from that church got them to invest all that money into some
He was the worst judge of character my dad was. I mean, he trusted anybody. And he gave him all kinds of money.
Because he thinks
he had David and I. Yeah, he had David and I give our own money. Like I gave $1,000 of my own money when he lost it. I said, you have to pay me back. I'm not
we were
taking
Jim
the hit.
and I were the only ones that never got involved in that.
Well, thank
he
goodness.
wanted us to.
Oh, we were going to make it big.
Oh, yep.
No.
I know. I mean, and that was your dad, though. Like, Jim would
was
always
very
say
trusting.
he's obsessed with money.
He was.
Yeah.
I think so. He wanted to be successful.
Yes. And that's where the rift came between those two.
Really?
Like, oh, yeah. Like, I don't know if you knew this, but Jim was not very fond of Steve whatsoever. Growing up, and like him and Wayne, even though they were 10 years apart, they had that close bond. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew that they weren't like really good friends or close like David and I were anything, but
there's a fucking retard.
Totally, that's totally something he would say. Yeah.
Fucking Steve. Irv.
Oh my gosh, I haven't heard that in a long time. Yeah, Irv.
Fucking Irv. He's a fucking retard.
Well,
he wants to be a Mac, and he's never gonna fucking be one. He's a fucking blue collar fucking worker. He's never gonna be one of them like he wants to be, is what he would always fucking say.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And yeah.
Well, I know he spent a lot of time with the Macs too. I mean, I guess Bob and Jean moved to Princeton where they had that farm.
Yep.
And my dad wasn't done with high school yet. So my grandparents, my mom's parents, let him come and live there with my mom.
Oh.
And for the last year of high school. So he actually was able to graduate from there.
Because Jim was 13 when they moved. And they didn't move to the farm. They moved to the house in the woods when Jim was 13. So he was just entering junior high school.
I know my dad was in high school when he moved in with my grandparents. I thought it was his senior year, but maybe not.
It must have been. Could have been.
I know he lived.
He would have been 19. If Jim's parents moved to Princeton when he was 13, Steve would have been 19.
So it must have been
something like that.
Yeah, but yeah.
And then Jim went to Princeton for 3 years, and then he couldn't fucking take it.
Yeah.
He was a Brooklyn Park kid.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go back. So he lived with his Aunt Joni.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you went to school in Princeton?
Mm-hmm, for
Oh,
3 years.
shit.
Yep. 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. And then you got to be like 16. It's like, fuck this. I'm going back. And he went back to Park Center living with Joni.
Okay.
His mom's twin. And started back, I think, started high school, but he dropped out. Like, he got a job and got into construction, got into the union.
He got Dave a job.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was how that all worked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Steve, like, he was huge into this church. What was the church that he would go to?
Living Word.
Living Word. It was on TV.
With Mac Hammond. Who never came to his funeral, by the way. And he was ushering for him more than a couple times a week. He was all sorts of stuff.
He never
came.
showed up. Nice.
What the fuck?
No. And I mean, they were recognized as one of the biggest givers in that church. And that was a big church.
Yes.
So I think my dad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, your dad.
Which is okay, but.
He wanted to. And how do we know? We don't know what he was thinking. But I feel like addicts can sometimes feel like they can buy their way into heaven. Or not that they're not going to go to heaven, but they know that they're sinning so that they, if with giving enough money,
overcompensate.
Enough money
I've never thought about it like that. But
for
that's probably really true.
Yeah.
Really true.
I watch a lot about addiction and stuff like that and lived it through my son and my dad and all of that. So
yeah, my whole life has been filled with people that struggle with addiction. So I'm pretty passionate about it. When my dad and Dave got caught together, we have to talk about that because that was like.
Because I don't even know this story.
Do you want me to tell it now?
Yeah, sure.
So I had just found out that David was using heroin.
For the first time?
For the first time.
For
the first time I found out that he was using heroin and I was devastated. So it was Christmas and so I spent Christmas Eve trying to get him into a detox center in Minneapolis. And it ended up that they wouldn't admit him. So after I got home, I had to go back downtown and get him. And I live way out west. It's fucking far. And I've got a little kid.
Right.
Where do you live?
And it's Christmas Eve.
Victoria.
I live out kind of by Victoria, Waconia. It's in St. Bonnie. I'm west of Excelsior. No.
Jesus.
So I went back and got him. And the next day was Christmas Day. I was going to spend with my dad and Becky and kind of that side. Mm-hmm. And my brother wasn't going to go because he didn't feel good. And, he had just been through all that the night before. So I was like, okay, I get it, whatever. So when I got there, I could tell my dad was kind of fucked up. And, which he didn't drink anymore. So I was like, how's he?
He was a church guy.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't know. Maybe he did have like a beer or a glass of wine or something at that Christmas, but not enough to be like stumbling around. So anyway, I'm falling asleep.
Oh.
That good
pretty good sign of heroin.
So my dad, all of a sudden in the middle of making dinner, just got up and left. Just didn't tell any of us, just got in the car and left. So I was like, I'm going after him. What is he doing? And I was looking for support from him because I was just in pieces about David, Right. Had no idea that they had been using together. So he went up to the gas station. I was one light behind him. I watched him pull into the gas station. I watched my brother pull in. As soon as my brother saw me, he pulled out. My dad was like, do. I went and took my dad and I threw him up against the wall. I shut my door so hard, my window went down into my car door. I was livid. I mean, I told him what to do. You're going to get your motherfucking ass in the car right now and you're not going to say a thing. And I'm going to take you back there and you're going to tell everybody.
Yeah.
What you did. Yeah. I mean, he started looking for treatment that day, but I don't even know when he went. He had to go after Dave because I think that's when...
they both at one point were at Hazelton.
They were, yep. And David went first. I had to bring him there too. And I decided to do the family week there. My mom split the cost with me. Mm-hmm. And I was there for, I think it was like 5 or 6 days when they do the family week. And I learned so much. Yeah. So much.
Yeah. Out of the 20 sometimes.
Yeah, right?
I was in treatment. I've been down. I mean, I can tell you like every single thing, that they're going to tell you in treatment. Like,
I kind of actually felt like I could have been on either side in that treatment center though. Like, cause I probably overused.
Did you?
Yeah, I think so.
Like what though?
Alcohol.
Oh.
I never got into drugs.
No,
I mean, I smoked some pot,
shit,
but
by definition, I'm an alcoholic. I think it's like more than 5 or 6 drinks a week, and they consider you a fucking alcoholic. Right?
I mean, I was easy
like, who
in a
the
day,
fuck
every day.
I don't know
in
anyone
my
who doesn't
opinion,
in a
and this
week.
is what I've learned through the million times I've been through if alcohol is causing relationship problems,
that's what
family problems, legal problems, work problems,
you got a problem. But
if it doesn't
always
affect your life and your lifestyle, you're fine.
Really, what that is a functioning alcoholic.
Yeah,
because
that's what I am.
Functioning alcoholic.
My parents
I
say
think
I got
so because it never affected.
problem.
I never crossed that line. I always kept myself.
Yeah.
I knew how easy it would be for me to go in that direction.
Same with me.
And I was raising a son. I couldn't go in that direction. So I really had to check myself and pull back my reins. But yeah, for a while, I think I was using too much.
It's so funny because we live in a small town and I hear rumors and stuff all the time. And I've had actually people come up to me and say, oh, all the drugs you used to do. I'm like, I've literally have never done a drug in my life.
You haven't?
Pot, if you consider that a drug. But I've nothing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I've ever done too.
Nothing.
What?
No. But it also sucks. It's like it lasts 15 minutes and then you got to do it again. It's like,
well, that's why people become addicted.
Fuck.
Right.
I'm like, fuck this shit. I ain't paying all this money.
And it's super expensive. Yeah. And it really doesn't last long.
No, yeah. That's what I mean.
People go and they go into the shitter financially because of it. So
you feel like fucking Superman for 15 fucking minutes and then you're done. I'm like, well, fuck this. Which one?
The radio, the house,
remember
that commercial?
No,
on
I
TV?
don't.
Oh my god. Cocaine.
I only
when they're
remember
showing the guy with the nose and the house goes up his nose and his family.
Oh yes, I do.
Oh.
I do remember that. I do remember that.
I remember just the weed ones.
You were probably too young to remember it.
I'm like fucking 3 years younger than you, or 2 years
I'm just
younger than
kidding.
you.
That's funny. You were too young.
It happened 2 years before I was born.
Yeah.
When did you realize Dave was an addict? Like,
Young.
how old was he?
Young. I mean, he grew up going hunting with my grandpa. I think he was getting drunk up when they were hunting at 10 years old, 10, 12.
Okay. So grandpa let him drink.
My mom's dad, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There was major addiction on that side too. No drugs.
Right, just alcohol.
Just alcohol on my mom's side. Yep.
So you knew then that he was, like, was he bringing alcohol to school and getting in trouble like that?
He was never in trouble. No.
Okay.
No, he never really got in trouble at school, I don't think. No, but he had the house raided one time. And my mom had just built a brand new house on the lake on Minnetonka.
Oh,
White carpeting, everything was white.
Everything's
And
fucked.
he was selling mushrooms
out
of his bedroom.
Not that big of a deal, but
They raided the whole house.
That's what I want to try and
They
never try.
took down. Oh, you'd probably love it. I like them.
Yeah.
I had a bad experience when I was young. As an adult, totally different
I
experience.
heard as long as you're just like around fun, happy, calm.
I have done those, by the way.
Mushrooms?
Yeah. A couple times, but nothing.
And now
serious.
they like microdose them.
Yeah.
There's so many different. You don't have to chew up the stuff
We
that
can get
tastes
them in
like
fucking
shit.
chocolate bars and shit that taste like
I know.
Captain Crunch.
I
and
tried.
shit.
I tried a chocolate bar though, like a week ago, and I was like, "This
A
isn't
week
doing
ago, did
anything
you?
for me."
Nothing.
Ah.
Yeah, it's more of a visual. Like
I've
felt
never
like-
had visuals.
Man, the
like
one
said,
time
I've
I
never
did
done it,
mushrooms, I was like, I thought the moon was smiling at me.
Oh no, I've never
yeah.
had anything like that.
That was at the lake house.
That sounds more
I didn't
like
eat
acid.
enough, probably.
It wasn't acid. I've never heard.
That's one thing I've never done is acid, and I've never done heroin.
No, me neither.
I mean, I just
Heroin doesn't even sound fun.
Well, like,
No,
'cause you
and I-
puke. It's like, what fun is that?
Right.
and I watched
I mean, I like to puke sometimes.
Well, you do puke.
It
Yeah.
feels good.
before you go to bed, so you're not all hungover in the morning, or the next day. Are you a
It's
puker
usually-
the next day?
Just really
It's
easy.
usually the next day. I puke.
Oh.
See, there's like if you shook this up enough where there's a little bit of foam and I drank it, I'd puke right now.
Yeah.
I don't even have to be drunk to.
Oh,
like,
okay.
There's just weird I don't know.
He's got a picky stomach.
Yeah, fucking little bitch stomach is what it is.
So Dave's addictions did start at an early age.
They did,
And they,
yeah.
like I said, they both ended up going to Hazleton, which is notoriously a great treatment. A lot of celebrities and I think some presidents have even gone there in the past, senators.
Yeah.
And,
I will say though, that was not the place where David got sober. When
Okay.
he stayed sober the longest, he was living with me. He was sober for like 2.5 years,
Yeah.
at least off the heroin.
yes.
He still drank sometimes, but he was off the heroin at least. And he went to Adult and Teen Challenge.
Oh,
And he was
yes.
in there for 3 months.
Yes.
And that's where he really
That's
found
a very
the best
good program.
treatment. So my mom volunteered there afterwards. Like we really found them to
Well,
be.
his biological dad. I only know that he got sober. I don't know if he still is, but he got sober. You know, it took him till he was in his 40s to do it, but it was through the Teen Challenge. And somehow he was either going to go to prison or they said, if you don't go to prison, you got to do that. And I think he was in there for like 2 years in
Oh,
the
really?
Teen Challenge. The adult, obviously,
Yeah.
portion, but that was
Um,
the only thing that got him straight.
Dave had to spend some time in the workhouse. I mean, I remember going and visiting him there, and he was the one person though. He was so resilient. In less than a year after he had been struggling or whatnot,
Mhm.
he decided to go to treatment. He was going to try to get sober again. I mean, he fought that disease so hard.
Yeah.
Within a year, he'd have everything back up and going. He'd be making a great living. He would be sober.
Bought a house
He'd
and
buy a
everything.
house. He'd buy a car.
Wow.
I mean, he was.
Flip
I
a
mean,
complete 180.
yeah. I mean, when he wanted to get sober, he wanted to get sober, and he was going to do it and do it right.
Right.
So yeah, he and actually he hadn't seen his son Jack in years, and he was going to be able to start to have visitation with him again on his own, and he died within weeks of that.
David. Well, stop there and we'll do a drink.
Okay.
The Surfside Lemonade we're doing. So is this a seltzer?
This is a lemonade vodka.
Oh,
so
I can
the
do
first
that.
one is raspberry.
Surfside Raspberry Lemonade Vodka. And it's clear.
I don't know how you ended up with the bigger one, but
It's fine with me. Oh, it's different. It's kind of.
It has that aftertaste like lemonade, though.
It does. Well, kind of.
Dude, this just tastes like
raspberry
lemonade.
Made with natural flavors and artificial sweetener.
And there's a tea pack of this too.
Yes, that
What is that?
like instead of lemonade, it's tea.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I could get fucked up on that shit.
You could?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I could probably drink 10 of those and not be fucked up. Although I don't really drink anymore. I kind of quit
I've never
drinking a
seen
few
you
years
fucked
ago.
up, ever.
You
I'd drink
haven't?
about 6 of
No.
those and be fucked up.
I have never seen.
Well, again, I always had
Other
to
than
like
high.
keep it reeled in
Yeah.
a little
What
bit,
percent
you know?
alcohol is that? Like,
4.5.
oh.
Oh yeah, that doesn't do it for me. You're not
It's,
getting fucked up on those.
You can buy an 8-pack of it for $25.39.
Black cherry.
Oh, here we go. And black cherry lemonade vodka.
Oh, I bet this is
Love
even
black
better.
cherry.
You like black cherry?
Oh,
Oh, I'm like
yes.
cringing, but I'm gonna
Oh,
try it
really?
anyway. Yeah.
Really? Oh.
I love
I think of black cherry White Claws. Not
You
just-
don't like those?
No.
I loved White Claws when they
Oh,
first came
This
out.
shit is fucking
Now I
delicious.
feel like I can't even stomach.
It's like
I actually
water.
don't mind this.
Yeah.
But remember, it's only 4.5%. You're gonna have to drink a lot of those.
He can.
You just drink them super fast. Don't fuck around.
Right.
You'll have to become Snapchat friends sometime.
I don't Snapchat. I don't do any social media. I'm so old.
So old.
I do Facebook, and that's only because they have Marketplace.
Yeah,
You know?
right?
And I'm addicted.
Yeah, you're like never on there.
Marketplace?
I don't
on
buy.
Facebook.
No,
I don't
I'm on
buy
I have to like
Marketplace.
creep on your page and go back like so far to find any pictures of you doing anything.
No,
and blah, blah,
I
blah. It's
really-
always with your girlfriends, never guys.
No, yeah, it was really just, you know, when it first came out, I did more of that. But I don't know. I just don't want to plaster my life all over social media.
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of private. Although, like today, the door's open for anything.
Yeah,
But
and there's nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, I don't know.
What do you
I
guys
just
rate that, by the way?
Fucking 10.
You
Still
liked
got
it?
one. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna give it a 7.
okay,
Only because I don't like black cherry.
okay.
But
I'm gonna give it a 10 because I would totally buy those. and
Yeah.
those.
Yeah. That shit's super smooth. Super.
Yeah, not sparkling like
Nope.
you hate.
Yep.
I really liked the
The first one.
the raspberry
Raspberry.
better. Yeah, I
And
thought
what are
that.
the
I'd
other
give that one a
flavors?
10.
What are they? What?
What are the other flavors?
So
Oh.
lemonade. This is the lemonade.
Yep. So it comes in raspberry, just a plain lemonade, a strawberry lemonade, and black cherry lemonade. 0 bubbles. Look at that.
Oh, that's why you like it.
Yeah, exactly.
0 carbs.
That's
only
it. That's
100
That's what I'm
calories.
saying. Shit's fucking delicious.
No.
And the tea pack.
Okay.
It's like flavored water.
And then the
Yeah, it really
tea,
is kind of.
Which I'm not a tea drinker.
I'll drink the shit out of
Iced tea,
twisted
vodka, peach tea,
I like
what is
twisted
this
teas.
one? Lemonade,
I just
peach
seen they got a
tea,
24
lemonade
pack.
vodka, and raspberry tea vodka.
Mm.
So kind of the same flavors.
I think those would be good. I've actually started drinking like a vodka.
Oh, peach, 2 iced tea, 2 half, a half and half, and raspberry. There we go. You started drinking teas?
Well, like some restaurants and stuff will like do their own tea, like their own
Oh.
homemade, like unsweetened tea, like
Yep.
cold, right?
Yep.
So I started doing that with vodka, and it's good, really good. Especially when they do the tea in house, you know,
Yeah,
and it's not just store bought shit.
yeah. I'm just not a tea drinker.
No.
I've never been.
I love it.
So going back to your dad, you and I really not spoke about his death, or very much, or what led up to that. All of us, that seen him all the time, we knew something was wrong because of the last 2 or 3 months of his life, he kept wearing this stupid fucking powerlifting belt everywhere all day long.
Because he was having a lot of pain.
Yes, and
I know that from my brother.
yeah, and he was wearing his weight belts like not just at the gym, but like all the time. And
That's no giveaway or anything. Like,
and
dude, what are you
then
doing?
I would ask him, I'm like, why you got your weight belt on? Oh, it's for my back. He would
Mhm.
always say it's for my back. I did something to my back or whatever. So I didn't think a whole lot of it, but he started looking like puffy.
Very puffy.
Yep, and not looking himself at all. And I would see him at the gym every day. And I started not seeing him at the gym. And if I did see him, he'd come in and just basically just bullshit. And he wasn't like working out really
yeah.
at all.
I know he had a lot of back pain, and I think that was one of the reasons I know that he started using heroin with Dave.
Well, it started out, I think, with pills. With both, I think.
Oh,
it
him
started
and
out.
Beck.
Yeah.
I don't know either. But it started out, as far as I know, with like painkillers, you know?
So do you remember when he got in that dirt bike accident?
Yes.
I think he was sober up until then, but after he had that compound fracture, I mean, he really fucked
They
up
were
his leg.
supposed to amputate his leg.
It was that screwed up.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Bad.
Really bad.
For when it happened back then, like,
when was that?
They just didn't know if it would heal. The compound
Right.
fracture
Like
was
the
so
80s
bad.
or something?
No,
the
90s.
Yeah, the 90s. And they were like contemplating, you know, hacking it off because, and he's just like, no, I'm gonna, and he did. He healed from it and didn't even have a limp.
No, he didn't.
Motocross or?
Yeah, him and Tony and
Becky. Becky was there too. Yeah,
riding.
she was behind him. Yeah. And then, you know, after I can probably talk about this later, but you know, Becky died, or the guy that she was dating after my dad died on a motorcycle accident.
We were with them.
Oh, you were?
Not when it happened, but earlier that day.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was
another. She's been through
a lot. Yes.
Herself.
She has.
Yes. But yeah, and then Steve had gone riding with a bunch of our friends up north, like with Art and Diane and some other people, Jim Scully and all those people. They had gone, I don't know, they had all gone up north. And Steve went with them. And he was by himself. And I don't think he had a bike. He rented a bike.
Yep.
And,
I have a picture of him on that trip.
And because he did trips with Mike and I as well. But we weren't with on that trip, but they wherever they were staying, now this is completely your dad, wasn't good enough for him. He's not staying at this place.
Wasn't baller enough?
No, the room wasn't nice enough. The place wasn't nice enough.
I don't feel like he projected that on other people, though. No. Like, if someone wasn't...
Right.
You know, but yeah, for him, he wanted to...
And so he's with this group of people, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to get a room across the street.
With the whole group of people. You're like, I'll meet you in the morning.
Swear to God, he got his own hotel and his own room and blah, blah, blah. But they said he was carrying a bag of pills with him that was like, could have choked a horse.
Oh, yeah. I mean, And
I'm like, well, he did take a lot of supplements, and I think that's what he was alluding to. That's what it was. But I mean, he had every color of the sun type of pills in a fucking big plastic bag.
I believe it 100%.
They told me about.
My brother and Dave, I mean, if somebody did a line, they did a line.
Yeah.
So it was always,
been
in
your dad,
excess.
though.
Yes,
Excess.
very much so. And Dave must have gotten that from my dad. I mean, he probably learned from him. So.
Yeah, and I believe Jim was that way as well in the 80s before I knew him. Like, because I know he was rolling hard after he got divorced from his first wife, and but he just managed to handle it. He never got addicted to anything. Like, he could do it.
Yeah, I never knew him to be.
No, he never had a problem like where it was consuming him. He could do it and then like put it away and drink, put it away. Only thing that he struggled with is cigarettes. He never was able to quit smoking, but he definitely tried a lot.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
But yeah,
I think that's when the addiction really came back full force, though, was after that accident. Yeah. That's when he, you know, you get on those pills, and then that's the same thing that happened to my brother. He was in a dirt bike accident.
Then you can't get the pills.
You can't. So you have to go to the next best thing.
Go to the next best thing that's on the streets everywhere. And that's exactly, you know, what happens. And I think probably in both of their cases.
Yeah. My dad had heroin in his system when he passed away.
Yeah.
David had previous use, but he died of 2 different types of fentanyl.
Yeah. He didn't know he was taking fentanyl.
No idea.
Yeah.
It literally, like the next day, on the front of the Star Tribune, it was all over the place how big and how dangerous fentanyl was, and it was coming into Minneapolis.
Yep.
So they actually treated his death like a crime scene, which was really neat. Mm-hmm. So the guy that sold it to him went to prison.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I did remember when you called me. I think you called me and you told me, you know, guess what? They caught the guy that actually sold the shit to Dave, and now he's going to prison or whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of people had been dying, especially in that Minnetonka area, you know, from the same fucking thing, you know?
Yeah, super sad.
Yeah,
really sad. And I know Dave had bought from him before. I mean, in court, he was like, well, Dave and I were friends. It's like, I don't think you were friends at all.
Yeah, no.
Every drug dealer thinks they're friends with some dude.
And I don't understand it. We talk about it all the time. Why do you want to kill
Your buyer.
Your best clients,
Right?
yeah.
Why?
Your income stream, you're like,
I
fuck
don't
it.
understand it.
I don't. So after the whole court thing was done, I was able to look back and kind of say, I don't think he obviously anyone in their right mind wouldn't try to kill him, right?
No.
But I think that fentanyl is mixed in and
there,
it's not.
It's not regulated.
It's not no, because I think
not,
when they go to mix it
yeah.
and then they sell it, some portions of it have more fentanyl than others.
Sure.
And
because it's probably some dirty Mexican fucking cooking it up, you know.
Get it across the fucking river.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just like you get a big brick or whatever and it's mixed in there and then you just go to
there's
chop
no
up
consistency of how it's
you
mixed.
You can't get like proportions.
So why, as a drug dealer in Minnesota or in the United States, would you ever even want to even mess with that?
Because people get high off of it. It's much cheaper. I mean, they have fentanyl coming in from Asia, like a lot of it from Asia, and it's super cheap.
But it kills them. It kills the people. Like
it does, yeah. I don't really understand it either, but I know that it's cheaper, and I suppose they're hoping, well, hopefully this guy doesn't die, because it's. I mean, we don't know who's going to die off this batch. But you know, something else I always said about my brother was that if he wasn't the only one that died off that batch.
No,
he
wasn't. You said it was a whole bunch of people in that area.
Mm-hmm. They never nailed that guy for anybody but my brother, though.
No shit.
No, that day. That's because Dave was like, "Fuck you guys." No, I didn't even know. I was at work and saw it in the paper that they had just arrested this guy. There were things described in the paper at the crime scene that I didn't even know. So it was horrible. Horrible. I wish they would have let us know.
Yeah,
right.
You know,
it was in the
beforehand.
paper.
Yeah.
So you gotta find out in the fucking paper
how they found him, and because I didn't go inside. I wasn't the one that found him. Otherwise, I would be in the loony bin for sure. But my aunt and uncle, they found him.
Which uncle?
My uncle Dave,
Uncle
the
Dave.
youngest one.
Yeah.
Yep, and his wife.
That's who was close to Dave.
Mm-hmm.
Because I knew what I remember as he was having a barbecue that day, right? Dave wasn't he cooking something on the barbecue? He was having people over. Because he had just bought like a bunch of meat or something like that.
Oh, yeah. He bought like a quarter cow or something.
And he was barbecuing. Like the barbecue.
That must have been the day before. And he died that night. So that must have been the day before because the night that he actually passed away, he was supposed to come to dinner with myself and the guy I was dating at the time. And he was like, well, come pick me up. And it's like, no, I'm already on my way there. You shouldn't have drank. You should have waited until you got there to drink. You know, I'm not coming all the way that way and then going all the way back up by my house. So, you know, I struggled for a little bit. Like I should have gone to pick him up, but I knew that he had already bought it. He was going to use it when he got home regardless. I know it wasn't my fault. But yeah, he was supposed to be out with me that night. And then never heard from him again.
I guess I had it in my mind it happened in the middle of the day. Like he was having a barbecue and somebody came over. Because who came and why did your Uncle Dave go to his house?
I got a call from this guy, Craig, who was a friend of David's. He was a pipe fitter as well. He was older, like more my dad's age. Yeah. And he was staying with Dave at the time. He needed a place to stay. So he called me the following day and said, I think your brother's dead in his basement. I was like, well, what? Have you called 911? I mean, I'm at a graduation party in Buffalo. So I had to, he wouldn't answer my call then after. So I'm driving. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm frantic. And I didn't want to call the police because David had overdosed so many times and I had, you know, been able to get there or be there and save him. And this time I was so far away and I didn't. No, he had told me the week before that he was using again. He said, can I come and put it at your house so that I only use what I have to? And I said, you can't. I have a child in the house. I could lose custody.
Yeah, no shit, right?
You know, so I said, I can't do that. You're going to have to hide it at your own house. Nope. I mean, I'm his sister and everybody after he passed away thanked me and said, my gosh, he was here so many more years because of you. I tried hard. I tried everything to keep him alive, especially after losing my dad. I didn't want to see, you know, the other such important man in my house.
That would have been enough of an eye opener for Dave to not.
He went the other way.
I know, but Tony
he just
did too.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yep.
You know,
it was just too much. I think the heartbreak was just too much to deal with for Dave. Actually, I know that him and my dad only like smoked it. But after my dad passed away, that's when Dave started shooting it. Yep.
What a sad ordeal.
Yeah, super sad.
So yeah, I guess.
So I called my aunt and uncle. I'm rushing from Buffalo. Called my aunt and uncle because they lived like less than 5 minutes from him. I'm like, where are you guys? They're like, we just pulled in the driveway. I'm like, go to Dave's house. Dave. If the door is locked, break a window, go in. I didn't want to call the police because he'd get so mad at me when I would call the police and they'd go over there and he's not dead, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And Dave was so mad at me when I would do that. So I was like, just go over and check on him. So I said, call me when you get there. And I didn't get a call quick enough. So I called my aunt and she answered and she was crying. She said, he's gone. And I said, check again. Please check again. She said, he's cold.
I'm sorry, honey.
So they stayed with him until the police got there and stuff. And
yeah. Well, we won't go into it anymore. I know that, 9 years ago, and it's still.
Oh, I still cry regularly. Yeah.
Does.
Yeah, he was my best friend. So
I know.
That's never gonna get easier.
No, it doesn't. And he's the one I just don't think I'll ever get over. You know, I can work past a parent passing away.
Because we kind of expect it, even though it was
we don't know when.
Soon,
right,
but we expect it.
I mean, my dad was 56 years old.
He was young.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, 56.
Jim was 48. Like,
Fuck.
he didn't die of drugs or anything like that, but it's never when it's just happens like that. That's.
Knowing that people are addicts, I think you try to prepare yourself, right? That someday they might not be with us, but there's no way to prepare yourself. There just isn't.
No.
I don't know how many times I've told Mike, like, I expect the call someday that my son is dead, like, from drugs.
And that's what my mom would say about Dave. She's like, I try to prepare myself, but
I've alluded to the fact that things are just not going to change for him, and he's set in his ways, and he's going to do what he wants to do, and I can't help him. Like, I can't help him.
There's nothing you can do.
No, but he always, money, I want a place to stay, this and that. Finally, you just
hard.
have to not do it anymore.
I know, but that's very, very hard.
It is
obviously
hard.
You don't want them to be without or not have a place to stay or...
Oh, believe me, he thought I was the most evil, wretched bitch on the planet. He's still here.
Is he still here? Is he still listening to this?
I need to have him on, but
that's hard to draw the line though, especially as a sister.
Stories.
I wasn't his parent. I was a sister, and I, partook and drank with him and things like that. So it was a hard one for me to draw that line. But I think, going to that family week at Hazelden really helped me. Kind of figure out where my boundaries had to be.
They really
and I didn't want to end up there either.
Right.
So.
And it is part of the family week. Like, they really stress on you. Like,
how
don't worry. Like, they're doing their shit. You got to do shit for yourself, and it doesn't include them at this point.
Right.
So I get it. I've been there. Done it.
I'm glad you understand.
I do.
It's a hard line to draw in the sand because, they're your family.
I don't know.
I mean, your son.
I couldn't do it. It's like
my son, my only child.
I don't even have anyone.
And the thing is, he grew up with a mom that didn't do any drugs. Like, he never seen me drink. He never even seen us do anything. Because Jim and I were not drinkers at home. So, and of course, Jim smoked weed and we did drink, but it was always out. Like, we would always get teased because we owned this place. We never had beer or anything at our house to drink because this wasn't what our lifestyle. We didn't sit around and drink.
Yeah.
So he never seen any of that. So to me, I was always just so puzzled and frustrated because then some of Colton's friends who had the biggest drunks, for parents and stuff like that, their kids excelled, and I'm like, what in the fuck?
Yeah.
How did I do this wrong? What the fuck just happened?
And I did, protective mom, and I, did all what I thought was the best things for him, and it did still, he was going to choose his own path no matter what. So.
He was, and it all comes back to what you have inside that you're trying to mask, right?
Yeah.
So whether that's pain,
and I do believe it's genetics too.
Oh, 100%. Yes. I mean, Dave had it coming from both sides, both my mom and my dad's side. So, and when your dad is using and whatnot, I mean, I think I
can't even believe that Steve is in that mindset that he thought it was even somewhat okay to use with his kid. Like, to me, that's the ultimate betrayal. Like, it really is. And
it was the ultimate betrayal when I caught my dad and my brother doing it together, because I had been going to him and saying, this is what's going on. I was at the hospital last night.
Fuck.
He's not going to come today. What should I do? How can I be there for him? My mom had
then
left
he's
and gone
the
out of
one
town, and he
fucking
was the
doing
one
it
going.
with him.
He was the one buying it.
You're like,
I mean,
motherfucker.
Dave didn't probably have the money to be buying all that shit. So yeah, it was my dad.
You're sneaking behind my back and fucking
Gosh.
inhibiting
As
it.
he's
That's
going
why
to-
I like
And
attacked
he's
him.
going to the Lord every
Yeah.
Sunday, giving money and preaching God, and
I mean, he like
telling Jim needs to find God, and he's like, "Fuck off! Don't be coming to me with that fucking preaching shit." He goes,
Yeah,
"Fucking
that's what he
told
would
you that
say.
Before. Don't be coming to me with that fucking preaching shit. He goes, "I don't want to fucking hear it."
Right?
Steve would be like, "All right, but you really should go shut
Yeah.
the fuck up."
yeah.
So we did Surfside Lemonade. Okay, yeah. Let's go back to Jim and Steve's relationship.
Yeah.
Jim
Sorry,
was,
I got off track.
That's
probably.
okay. Jim's opinion of Steve was that he was obsessed with money, and that and this is coming from Jim, that when your Steve married your mom came from a very wealthy family,
Mm-hmm.
in that everyone like in that family was, in the oil business, right? Was that
Fuel oil and gas station business.
okay? So
Oh, I want to be in that business.
Yeah, right. My
Fuck.
grandpa married my grandma at 16 though, and built
built it.
all of it by
An
himself.
empire.
Yes.
Nice.
And they were I'm just gonna ask, how fucking wealthy were they?
Very.
Because I'm like,
How do you
I
even
heard
get into
the
that?
The
build
cool.
that shit?
I mean, how do you get married at 16 and you're having kids by 18 and somehow you find the money to buy a building? I mean, you could do shit back then. You could start a business.
Yeah.
You can't do that now.
Yeah.
right.
It's all monopolized
Well,
by
see,
everything.
and that's what I was telling my
I mean, it starts with one gas station.
yeah, my uncle or whatever, godfather. I was talking to him yesterday, and he's like, when I was whatever, he's like, I had my first house paid for by the time I was 40, and he's like, my second by the time I was 50. He was single income with 2 kids,
Yeah.
and it's like, there's no fucking way you could do that nowadays.
Never.
No, not a fucking chance in hell.
I was just talking to my son about it. He was like, when a man went to work and the woman stayed home to raise the kids
That
and do
doesn't
the
happen
house,
anymore.
Yeah.
he could support them.
Yeah.
Now, they're not living a big lavish lifestyle,
Right.
but they can afford to, maybe go on one vacation a year.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a single income and I worked double time and I still couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Right.
So they raced snowmobiles all around the
Yeah.
world. They raced boats. They raced cars. They raced jet
Where the
skis.
fuck
That
do you get
doesn't
the
make
money for
money.
that?
My grandpa.
Oh, that's why. Yeah,
My
never
grandpa
mind.
funded
That
all
makes
that.
sense.
Well, they
that
were
makes
just
sense.
living a life of racing. and
Yeah.
not
He
working.
made no, they had to work, I
Oh.
think, back then a little bit for my grandpa.
It was probably
But-
some bullshit job where they didn't really have to do much. And then grandpa comes in and he's like, motherfucker, let's start these sleds.
I
let's
mean,
start
I
these
remember my
bikes."
uncle saying, they'd call my grandpa and say, we just lost this boat race. He's like, who beat you? What did they have on the back? We're getting
beat
We're
those
buying
motors.
that
We will
shit.
beat them.
Or
Yeah.
what's better than that? We're
I
buying that.
never got to know your grandpa.
You didn't?
Not
No, you
really.
didn't
I
really.
met him, but I never got to know him.
He-
So I only know the stories that you've said. And
He
how
was
close you
probably, I was closer with him than I was my dad.
yes, I knew that.
Yeah. He
That
was,
sounds badass.
he was really something.
Well, he spoiled the shit out of you.
Yeah,
Obviously,
so-
or something
No.
like that.
I thought my grandparents were generous when they took me to like the Black Hills and we rode in the back of a
Oh
Lincoln.
god, they took us to the Black Hills too.
And then by the back of the Lincoln, I mean in the
My
trunk.
grandparents didn't take me anywhere.
Because my grandpa's like, he's like, oh, you guys better fucking shut the fuck up, otherwise I'm gonna put you in the trunk. And we're like, fuck that, that'd be more fun. So he pulls over and puts us in the back of the trunk.
You two idiots.
Yeah, and then he took off and like rode. You imagine a cop driving by and like 2 kids getting out of the trunk of a fucking Lincoln on the
Lincoln.
side of the interstate?
That was my grandpa's
Oh,
favorite
yeah.
car was a good old Lincoln.
Yeah.
He used to he'd buy a Lincoln though and bring it to Chicago and have them cut it in half and make a limo out of it.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
and
we
then-
didn't have limo money.
no.
no, we didn't either.
We barely even had Lincoln money. Or I should say, my
But yeah, they were
grandparents.
very they worked so hard. They worked so hard. It's not like they just came into money. I mean, my grandpa worked night and day.
Oh, that's
Well,
what I
and
need
this
to
is where
do.
I was going
buy
to
a
go with the
business.
Steve story. Like, in Jim's perspective, that was the lifestyle that he got to see that Vic and all the Mack family lived and stuff was part of the reason that he became so focused on living that lifestyle. And
Yeah, that could be.
built the big house in Minnetonka. But he worked his ass off for it. I mean, every single thing that Steve made, he worked. I remember him working 100-hour weeks, back
That was after he divorced my mom when he
Yes.
started his own business.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. But I think he worked a ton while they were.
Yeah,
how did he buy a house in Minnetonka?
I don't think I've
My
ever
mom
worked
was working too.
$100
Oh,
a
I
week.
mean,
right, and your mom made good money.
I mean, my mom used to say he'd spend all the money on drugs and
oh.
shit. So
Well, Bonhoeffs are spenders. Oh my God.
my dad spent when he didn't even kind of have a pot to piss in. You know? I mean, all those vacations he took
I'm the
us on,
complete opposite.
swipe it.
Yeah, oh yeah. That was
I
luckily
mean, Becky was left with a lot
of
on her
debt.
plate. Yeah.
A lot of debt.
So that was, not fair, but
I mean, yeah, he built what it was 6,000 or 7,000 square foot home,
Oh
like
my
in
God.
on the river.
Oh my God.
I mean, and
it was pretty unbelievable.
they drove
Yeah.
super fancy cars, $150,000 cars, and I mean that was
live that
just
lifestyle.
Jim didn't understand it. Like, why do you
You're like,
want
how?
all this fucking shit? He goes, it's just you and Becky living here and Tony, and he was about ready to
Fun.
jump
leave.
ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun toys.
So just
Fun
not.
I want fun stuff. Like I said, I
But
want
do
a
you
bet.
want a $10,000 a month house payment?
Fuck. No, I don't even
That's
want
what
a
he
house
paid.
payment.
That's what he paid.
I busted my ass so I
had-
don't have a house payment.
All that stress that he put on himself
Yes,
because of all those
because of
payments, that's something that attributed to his death too. I mean, he had blood in his stool and
Oh,
he was just so stressed out.
to the
He couldn't
fucking limits.
to
That's
the
probably why
max.
he did drugs.
But then the housing, it
That's why I
was in
do drugs.
2008 when the housing market crashed and nobody had money for anything anymore. And everybody was broke and the stock market wasn't doing very good and blah, blah, blah. And then he lost all that money in the freaking church scam. That was like the start of his downfall,
100%.
the stress of losing that house that he built and that he loved and all of that.
Well, he was still living there when he passed away.
He was. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But it wasn't long that Becky was able to stay there, obviously. So,
Yeah.
drink 5, we are starting watermelon Jolly Rancher. What is in this,
Oh.
Miss
So
Shannon?
Smirnoff and a
there's
Jolly
an
Rancher.
ounce and a half of Tito's, an ounce and a half of watermelon pucker,
We love our Tito's. We love
Yes,
our
we do.
Pucker.
Oh,
1
it's-
ounce of sour, and an ounce and a half of Sprite or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
this sounds
Delicious.
delicious. Yeah.
Super bougie.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my God. This
Ooh,
is
I
delicious.
like it a lot.
Holy fucking
like it?
Santa Claus shit. This is delicious.
This is the winner of the day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Numb.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I need the recipe.
Well, now, Paul, we can hit up Marie and go on a boat with this.
Right? This
On a boat.
smells.
We always
like
say,
a-
on the sun, out on a boat.
Yeah,
None of us
right?
have one.
I go out like once a year. I mean, I still know people that have boats, but I don't go out that often.
I
but
know
I still
people
love
with
being-
boats, but I never go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to be invited.
Well, it's like
I don't feel like
when you
anyone
ride
invites me anymore in my old
motorcycle-
age.
Yeah.
When you ride motorcycle, it's like you get a nice day and then you want to do that.
Yeah.
Like Jim and I, we lived on a lake. We had a boat one time
Yeah.
in,
You lived on the lake the whole time and only had, what was a small lake though, right?
it's a small lake.
Yeah, yeah.
I always
but
wanted
still,
to
it's
have
a
wave
lake.
runners, but we never got them. But because on a nice day, we're out riding.
Yeah.
Right,
You know,
right,
we
right.
didn't-
Yeah. I don't know.
He got this boat. It was a Bonhoff boat. It was like $200 or something like that.
Like
That's
the
kind of what I want to buy, like a $2,000 pontoon,
This was like
Just-
200.
a good motor, and then just got clapped out fucking shell. I don't give
Oh
a
my
fuck. I
God.
just want to throw a
We
grill
had
on it, be
so
able to
much
drink,
fun in that
Yeah.
one summer.
spill shit.
Pontoons are awesome.
I don't gotta worry about someone spilling something. I don't gotta worry about someone ripping something. I don't gotta worry about them
Yep.
dropping a cigarette or cigar on nothing. If
That's
it
the
burns
truth.
down,
What'd
fucking
you say?
pontoons float.
Mike and I do have a boat, but the red squirrels had
Oh, those things
heyday.
will
heyday.
fuck
So, yeah.
shit up so
They fucking
fast,
tore it up.
right?
Yeah, they're
Those things
really
are
destructive.
savages.
And then
Yeah.
that one year we got a ton of snow. The windshield, because we couldn't have a place to store it, so the whole windshield caved in from the
Oh,
snow.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, it was probably not meant to be.
Probably not.
Probably not meant to be.
But I never really thought about that. I mean, even if you live on a lake,
Oh.
if you want to ride, you're going to ride when it's a
Right.
nice day
Right.
instead
So then
of
now
going
you're
out
not
on a
on a
boat.
boat,
Right?
yeah.
I was like, fuck that boat. I don't know. Probably junked it. Who knows what he did with it? I don't remember. I just remember I've got pictures of us like, Jim. He's kind of mean. He had that mean
Oh,
streak
yeah.
going.
I mean, I
Pushing
wasn't
his
afraid
friends
of him.
off in the middle of the lake and then laughing at him and
that
stuff.
Oh,
would be
yeah.
fucking hilarious. Yeah, why wouldn't you do that?
I was never afraid of him, but I definitely knew not to.
Well,
Piss
yeah,
him off.
he loved.
Yeah.
They're taken.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he's smart.
So,
that way.
and my grandma
you're allowed to give away, what is it, 60 grand a year, I think it is?
Nope, now it's 17. Because my
That's
mom
it?
gifts me. Yep. And that's how I'm actually getting through the contract for deed. She just gifted to me last year, so.
17,000 she can gift you?
She can, and that's how I'm paying our contract for deed.
Sure.
So.
Right. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
So she gifted me my house, which is pretty unbelievable.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, she's.
And you've been there a long time.
I have.
So.
Yep. I've been there 17 years, I think. I moved out for a couple years.
It's about how long I've owned my house. 20.
Well, I mean, that's the only way I ever would own a house is if she with this contract for deed or
it's
gifted.
20 this year in May.
Your
Wow,
house?
good for you.
Has it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember when you bought it.
Yeah.
So you were 22 when you bought it?
Yep.
Wow. Dave was
Hard
young
worker,
too.
Though. Like started out in a lawn care business,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
Doing that.
Yep.
And
Now
you
what do
always
you do?
had like nice
Drive truck.
vehicles.
Oh, you do?
and
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Always had nice trucks and stuff. And I
Yep.
met him through here when he turned 21 or whatever. And just became pretty good friends with him through the years.
Yeah.
Been a
Yeah, bought a
fairly-
motorcycle.
fairly
And then,
good customer.
yeah,
Yeah. Right?
yeah, my best customer.
What was it that one
Danny's
year?
not that on the ice either. So.
That one,
No, all
that
the
one
girls
year
were
when
loving it.
Oh, I'm
fucking
sure.
Sean lived with me, my average credit card bill for
I
alcohol
remember this.
for in this store
I remember this.
was like
'Cause you showed it to me.
$860 some dollars a
month?
month. A month. I averaged that for 12 months straight.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I like to
But
party
you
back
were
then.
buying for a lot of people too.
Not
So
really.
your house was like
It
a
was
party
me.
house.
It was me, Sean, and Steve Brown. That was it. That lived there.
By the way, he's not buying $40 bottles of wine.
all the girls that were at your fucking house.
I
I'm
never
sure.
bought for girls.
So all the Smirnoff Ices were for you.
Yeah, 100 per fucking cent. All of that foo-foo drink. Like, I never drank anything but foo-foo drink
I
until
know.
I got to like 22, 23.
I know.
I was hungover as fuck. I remember this like it was
All
almost
that sugar and
Oh.
yeah, dude. I remember like so. My parents, actually, I was living in Duluth at the time. My buddies take me out for remember Power Hour. You could go out for that
Yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Yeah.
From 12 to 1.
And
when
I
you turn
fucking.
21.
When you, do they even do that anymore?
Okay,
they don't?
I don't think you're allowed to anymore.
Okay.
No. I fucking
know, yeah.
destroyed that hour. And then the next morning I could not breathe. We went, I remember, I didn't know anything about it at the time, but my parents were coming up. They wanted to take me out for my birthday, right? So I wake up, whatever, fuck, hungover as fuck, throwing up. My parents show up and they're like,
Oh my gosh, that's the worst.
yeah. And my parents show
Especially
up
when it's your parents.
and
Yeah.
they're like, they gave my roommates like one job, like, don't let him get so drunk that he can't enjoy his birthday. And I'm throwing up and they're like, all right, ready for Bloody Marys? And I'm like, fuck, no,
You
what?
mean you didn't do the 2-shot, 2-beer thing?
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. I
You
didn't
weren't
know about
seasoned enough
that.
yet.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that is
I was
the
still
true
a
thing.
rookie bitch at that point. But so we ended up having whatever Bloody Marys. And then I did start feeling better. Then they brought me to grandma's. We went there, had lunch, whatever, had a few cocktails. And then I walked out and there was a fucking big limo. And I'm like, oh, damn, imagine we'd be rolling dirty in this motherfucker. And then all of a sudden some dude gets out. And he's like, welcome, Mr. Schwefel, hop in. And I'm like, what? This
Oh
is
my
for
God.
me. Yeah. Mom and dad got me a
What
limo.
birthday was that?
21st.
Oh, it was your
Yeah,
21st.
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
it was fucking badass. And it's like, thank God I got as fucked up as I did on my Power Hour. Cause then it's like, all right, now I fucking know what I'm doing and I'm not going to get retarded and fucking forget the entire what happened in my actual 21st. So yeah, we hopped in from there and then he brought us to the liquor store and my parents were like, oh, you get to use your ID. I walked in, walked out, no ID used.
Where
They're
were
like-
you?
In Duluth.
Oh, Duluth.
And they're like, oh, you've been there a time or two? I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That was like
Here's
my
our beer.
21st.
Yeah.
I had been going in the bar since I was
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
so.
So we
I had a fake ID
Oh,
since
yeah.
I think I was.
I had a fake ID and I got busted
18.
here with it.
You did?
Lydia.
Oh, you fucker.
Yeah, right? Hard ass. And she's like, she looks at it and she kind of fucking smirks and that fucking smirk right away. I knew I was fucked.
You little fucker.
And she's like, this isn't you. And I'm like, yes, it is. And then she ran me through the
Yeah, you
whole
guys
rig
went
of
to
So
school
you
together.
used a real ID?
Yeah.
Not a fake
It
ID.
was my cousin's. And
Okay,
we
yeah,
kinda
yeah.
looked
Oh, Jesus.
kind of, yeah, Botsy. We kind of looked similar, kind of. And she ran me through the whole rigmarole, knowing that this wasn't me.
Well, she knows both of you.
Yeah, exactly. That she went to high school
Oh
with
my
them.
God.
Yeah.
That was a doozy.
Yeah.
She knows who you are.
So she runs me through this whole fucking shit, and then she's like, "Well, that's good. You know this, but here, this isn't you. Get the fuck out of here."
Oh, she let you keep it?
No, she didn't, but I took it. She probably was supposed to cut it up or something. But I'm like, all right, thanks, bye, and I just took off.
How old were you then? Just 20?
I think he's like 4 years older than me, so I'd be, yeah, probably, 18, 19.
18, 19.
Little shit.
Yeah.
That's how old I was.
Good
I
job,
mean, I was
Lydia.
going to Fletcher's and all those places.
Well, your girls have always, from what I know, your girls have always caught the fake IDs that come. Sarah was saying that they had like
because they all are from around here.
Yeah, and they get paid for catching that shit too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. You get
okay, so I've always wondered at what responsibility.
You get like a $500 bonus or something for it, or
no, but I mean, what kind of trouble are you going to get in, or your girls that work here, if they sell to someone underage?
So what I have learned through the years, like nobody in 26 years has sold, to an undercover person or whatever.
Okay.
So they do stings, all the time. And we're probably going to have one coming up here pretty soon, but never in 26 years of ownership have we ever done it.
Yeah.
So,
but how are you responsible then?
They are responsible first and foremost before me. So what I recently learned is someone did sell cigarettes to someone that wasn't old enough. This was like a couple years ago. I hired this new girl. She literally worked here maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
And got
Kylie's friend.
Got canned.
And no, she just was a shitty worker. So she deserved to be fired. I don't know if she got fired or if she left or whatever. I think she just up and left, actually.
Sounds about right.
Anyway, she sold cigarettes to someone that wasn't old enough. And because she wasn't 21, I had to pay the fine. Because she was only like 18 or 19, which I had no idea.
Didn't they just switch that rule where it went from 18 to 21 for cigarettes?
It's 21 for cigarettes now, yes.
Yeah,
but
when
because
did they
the girl that
switch
worked
that?
I
here,
can't even believe that.
That was like
a long time
while
ago. Before Sam could, before my son could.
3 or 4 years, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a while. They just made it a federal law that you have to be 21 to buy cigarettes.
Federal, that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, really?
No. You can go to war and come back from war and you still can't buy smokes.
I mean, think of how ridiculous that is.
Dumb.
But it does kind of show really how dangerous they are,
Well, they are.
to our health.
Yeah, those things are fucking savages.
Definitely cancer.
Cigarettes.
I'm glad you stopped.
Well,
Not
yeah,
yet.
but I'm still vaping.
So is this tobacco that you're vaping when you vape?
Currently.
Yeah. Currently. Yeah, that's not good. You got to stop that because I heard that's even
Well,
worse
I-
for your crystallization
I've heard it's
of the
much
lungs.
worse.
Yeah.
I've heard it's much worse.
Brittany just quit that shit fucking probably a couple months ago.
Okay.
She'd been like she'd smoked and then she quit when she had kids and then she'd quit for whatever half a dozen years or so and then all of a sudden her friends started having vapes and she's like, hey, try this one, try this. And then she started up and then she just quit like fucking I don't know 3-4 months ago.
Wow, good for her.
Good.
Yeah.
I feel
I
like
don't
the
think you
vape
would
is even harder.
Even like to date a person who smoked, would you? I mean,
Not cigarettes. I can deal with like vaping because I
Yeah.
do cigars once in a while and I like that shit. But cigarettes, I don't know. I've
it's
smoked
so
cigarettes and I don't
nasty.
know. I don't know what it is. I can't stand cigarettes.
me neither. And I've smoked them as well.
I mean, the only time I've ever smoked them is when I'm shit faced.
Me too.
So I've smoked like maybe 4 in
And
my
I think
life.
I smoked like when Jim died. I smoked a lot. Just I
Really?
don't even know why.
I can't
Just
see you
because
smoking
he
at
did.
all.
I did. I smoked a lot after he died. But I was always drinking, so that's probably part of it.
Oh,
Only
for
when you're
sure.
drinking?
What's that?
Only when you're drinking?
Yeah, I don't think I drank. I would
Smoked
light up a
other-
cigarette otherwise,
yeah.
but I was drinking a lot back then. So,
We've all been there.
oh, good lord! But I never drank and drove or anything like that. Never got myself into any trouble. So, and I probably should have and could have a million times.
Yeah, right? Dude, I'm fucking same thing.
Yeah.
I've been lucky, fortunate.
I have been so lucky.
So, were
I
you a good
usually
student,
don't,
Marie? in
No,
school?
horseshit.
No,
Absolutely
horseshit.
horseshit.
Yeah, right.
I mean, my
Did you
GPA.
like school?
No, I hated it.
Okay.
My
Oh,
GPA was down with the special ed kids when I graduated.
I was in a special
So are
class
you
because
ADD?
of it.
Do you have ADHD?
I do.
Oh, you do?
Mhm.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I do too, and it's been undiagnosed for all this time.
Yeah.
Right?
I was diagnosed in my 20s.
Okay. So it's so hard to concentrate on anything.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
That's the focus thing.
Right.
Because what are you? You're dyslexic, right? So
Oh, I'm
things are.
fucking all this stuff and things.
Are you ADD too?
No,
I know
probably
you're
not.
dyslexic.
Dyslexic as fuck.
Yeah.
I'll even
You
talk
see
about
stuff
it. Like,
backwards. Yeah.
yeah, like flamingo, I'll say it flamingo or something like shit. I just stupid shit like that. Like,
you say stuff. I thought it was just like
no, I'll like
writing.
actually say things. Like I can be looking at something and
Says
read
it
it
out loud.
completely fucking backwards, and it's just
you read it completely backwards,
Or-
but I've never.
But you say it?
I've never
I'll say
caught
it.
you
Yeah,
saying
no,
anything
it's
fucked up.
I've only done that half a dozen times maybe in my life where I've said shit fucked up like that, but yeah, it's
Flamingo.
flamingos. Yeah, there was one other one I can't remember what it was. I won't be able to remember it, but it was just stupid shit like that. And they're easy fucking like my spelling too is
I am the
Right, and that's where I'm
Fucking-
thinking more of dyslexia as you see things, or you know, because it's backwards.
Yeah.
So you spell things backwards.
I remember it's worse, I think. It's probably right around second, third grade level spelling. I remember
that you have right now?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's probably right there with you.
I
And
read-
I'm not dyslexic.
Dude, I
I
read-
can't spell at all.
God, that's the one thing I was really
If
good
I
at.
didn't have like talk to text, like no one would know what the fuck I'm talking about. Even talk to text
Oh
can't
my
figure
gosh.
my shit out. It's
They
like
can't figure mine out either.
it's
though.
like what the fuck? You're not even close. Is this dinosaur? What are you looking for? Tyrannosaurus Rex? Is this Stegosaurus? This isn't even a real fucking word. What are you doing right now? Yeah, dude.
Oh, good old AI.
Oh fuck! If I didn't have talk to text, I swear to God, I would. Even talk to text has a trouble sometimes. Figuring
I
my
agree
shit out.
100%.
And
That
it's
is
probably
so
because I
funny.
mumble and can't enunciate words and.
Well, and probably
Fuck
because
sakes.
you're a
My beard.
perfectionist. So, like, when I see it
Yeah.
written out, it's
Yeah.
like, I already know that I didn't spell that right.
Yeah.
There's
Mm.
So I have to
But there's
like go
spell
back and look
check
it up.
on everything.
No, sometimes they don't even get me on spell
Oh,
check.
really?
yeah, right. And then like apostrophes and all these
Right.
fucking other bullshit. It's like I'm not a grammar
Well-
fucking major. Get fucked.
Yeah, I mean, we're not writing a book here. I always laugh at the Facebook crap where people are like, "Oh, spelling Nazis" or whatever on
Yeah,
people's posts. It's
yeah.
a fucking post. You don't
Yeah.
need to correct
Right?
everything.
Oh my gosh, people are like that though.
Yes, they are.
Dude, you could tell somebody
Another
to
reason I don't
fucking
post a lot.
that this is a silver bullet, and then they're gonna fucking correct you until you know it's not. You could be like, that's a wine bottle there, and be like, nope, that's
Nope.
actually this kind of fucking special glass that's shaped in 1940. Fuck yourself. Get off this fucking channel.
So you weren't a good student.
Terrible.
When did you know that you wanted to be a beautician?
Well, I was in nursing school, like I
And I
told.
didn't know that.
Yeah,
today.
I wasn't accepted into the nursing program yet. I was finishing up my generals.
Okay. Where did you go to college?
I went to North Hennepin
Okay.
and did my generals there and was
Because I'm thinking
working
all
on
the
getting
money
accepted.
that your family.
My grandparents paid for my schooling.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And they paid for
because you probably could have went to any college.
anyone I
Anyone
wanted.
that you wanted.
Yeah, I wasn't smart enough though. Or I didn't apply myself, right?
Right.
Like
You're
when
like, I
I
can't
when I
get
did
into
go to
this.
North Hennepin, I was on the B honor roll. I was on the dean's list. Like I did great.
Well, it's way more betterish than I did.
Betterish.
But what was the question you asked me?
What made you
ADHD?
decide to go to beauty school?
Oh,
I'm
okay.
on a highway to look
'Cause
squirrel.
you, I mean, you could
Right?
have. You could
Listen,
have.
I am so distracted, you guys.
I know, we all are. So you could have gone anywhere.
I could have,
School.
yeah.
You're fired
done
off from all these
anything.
fucking sections. Which one of
Yeah.
you fucking say it at one
So
time?
you started out after high school. You went to nursing school.
I
or got
nannied.
your generals?
I nannied for a while, and then started back maybe like when I was 19,
Okay.
the following year, and started to do my generals there. And then I got pregnant with Sam. I had Sam, and I had to leave the hospital while he was still in the hospital. I had to leave the hospital to go take finals.
What?
Yes,
Fuck.
I
Really?
did. Yep, and I passed them.
Good.
Nice work. That's impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I just
Being
gave
all
birth.
distracted.
I could
and
hardly
shit.
walk.
Why did you have
Still
to?
bleeding.
Yeah, like why did you have to leave?
I had to go. I couldn't miss these finals,
Wow.
Well, you're not going to
So-
graduate if you don't take finals.
right? So I went and took
6.
my finals, and then
Sam could have waited a couple more days.
Right. No, he was born
Right.
on very, very few people are born on
the due
their due date.
date?
He was born on December 1st, 2002. Right on his due date.
Fucking fancy. What do you weigh?
7 pounds, 1 ounce.
I fucking crushed
20 inches long. What did you say?
I fucking crushed that.
Well, how much did you weigh?
10-1.
Oh shit, your mom did
24
not
inches.
And look at how tiny his mom is.
Oh my god, you gave her hell.
How
Yeah.
much was Sean? Was he bigger or smaller?
Smaller but longer.
Longer than 24 inches?
Actually, I think I was 21. He was 24.
Holy crap.
That's
Yeah.
Colton was 21 inches. I remember that.
He was?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 pounds, 1 ounce, though. He was little.
Really?
But I had him 3 weeks early.
Oh yeah, well that'll make a difference.
Yeah.
My dad came up to see Sam when I had him, and he was like, I think he's a really good looking baby. He doesn't look like an alien. I was like,
Well, a lot
oh
of them
gosh,
do.
thank you.
Yeah, right?
So anyway, I had Sam, and I had always worked in the industry. Like I was a receptionist at salons and things like
Sure.
that. So I always had, an interest in the beauty industry. But I really struggled with self-confidence. And I think it takes a lot of confidence to go behind the chair and give someone, deliver what they want, right? And not screw anything up,
Yeah, not
and
fuck it
actually
up.
deliver what they have for a vision in their head.
Right.
Well, that's so
And
hard
that's a
because it's
talent.
like,
though, that you have
It really made me gain a lot of confidence too in myself that I could do it, that
Yeah.
I could,
Well, it's like-
give people what they wanted.
I don't know, fucking trying to get what someone has in their head in your
Oh,
head.
for sure.
That's why
Anytime-
pictures
That's
are so
with
important.
anything.
Yeah, well, right. That's what I'm saying. Just like, I don't know, trying to convey or trying to get on the same wavelength.
I
It's
feel like I'm
next
that
to
way with like
impossible, I feel like.
decorating. I know what I like when I'm decorating my house or I'm doing whatever, but to put it all together, I'm not very good at it. But
I'm not either.
So I was just
My
gonna
mom is
say,
excellent at it.
Most beauticians are extremely good designers.
I've got great taste.
Yeah.
But it's putting it all together.
So
I mean, I do most of it on my own, but my mom is like out of this world at
Yeah.
it. She has
Yeah.
such great taste, and she just has more of that vision when it comes to a home than I do.
Like every beautician that I know, like now, like the lady that does my hair, Ginger, like her decorating skills are just phenomenal. Like I would have never thought to put that and that together, but it looks amazing. And even the lady that used to do my hair years ago, Janice, she was the same way. She just had that knack of just being able to see a vision, and
Yeah.
make it work. Like,
I know. I wish we lived closer so I could do your hair. That
I
would
know,
be cool.
damn it.
I mean, we're only an hour.
That's not too far.
Where do you live now?
I'm out west of Excelsior in St. Bonnie, so just west of the lake a little bit
Oh, okay.
on Highway 7.
Oh, okay.
Where all the rich people live.
Yeah.
Oh, where St. Bonnie is not rich. There's one stoplight and one liquor store.
Didn't, what's that fucking rocket store that used to be over there?
Rocket store.
Crotch Rockets.
Oh, you're thinking of St. Bonnie Motorsports.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still there.
Are they?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So when you got out of beauty school, where did you go to beauty school?
I went to Scott Lewis. I also I also thought about going to Aveda, but I knew that they were very, very strict on their hours, and I had a 10-month-old.
Yeah.
So I was really worried about that. And the salons that I had worked at the desk previously, it just said it's really about getting your license and then doing that training afterwards.
Yeah.
So I decided to go to Scott Lewis, and good thing I did because I had to take extra hours.
Okay.
I mean, I had a baby.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I had to go to
That's gonna be
school.
hard
Kids
as
get sick, and
Fuck. Yeah.
I was just talking
That's
to
how
somebody.
my brother, with his 2 daughters, they were sick as fuck. Like, I swear to God, for like the first 3-4 years he had kids, every single week, one was in the hospital, one
One
had
was
some
in the
issue.
hospital?
I don't know. They were
They get
always
sick,
going in
yeah.
and out. Yeah. And then like
were
now,
they in daycare?
I don't know. Not that young.
No?
I don't think so. But afterwards, like now, they're fucking rock star ready. They're never in the hospital. They're never sick. They don't.
My kid was never in a hospital.
Sean was when he was. I remember when
Sam
he was
was.
like.
Really?
He was in the ICU after I had him.
But why?
It ended up
Was born on day.
he couldn't breathe when he went to go latch on when I was nursing, and he couldn't breathe through his nose. He had really small nasal passages. So
deviated septum or something.
I don't know. I mean, they
Can
kind
you
of
even
just
get a deviated septum at that age.
I mean, I don't think so, but maybe.
I don't know, how does it become deviated?
I have no idea.
Oh,
But anyway,
cool.
he was in the ICU for a few days after I had him, and it was just because he couldn't breathe through his nose.
Which
So-
is why he had to stay in the hospital.
and he's turned out
Because
perfect.
normally you're in and out of there in 24 hours.
Oh yeah, no, they're kicking you out.
Yes.
They kicked my ass out.
I had 2 days, I think, when Colton was born in 85. So
I had to go back and forth.
I had to go home on Thanksgiving Day.
You did?
Yeah. It was Thanksgiving Day, the day that I got out.
Wow.
Broke free. It was a blizzard, too.
Oh, of
so
course.
I was-
I was so scared to drive the first time with him in the car.
Really?
Oh my gosh, petrified.
Oh, I wasn't. I don't know. I've never been a scared driver at anything. Like,
Well, I had him December 1st, so the roads were really shitty, and
Yeah.
out by me, it's like 2 lanes.
They don't
Yeah.
plow for shit.
Yeah.
It's just basically track.
And I was
ice.
in a Honda Civic.
I had crap cars. So.
Yeah.
So where did you actually, after beauty school, where did you start working at?
I worked at Twigs in Wayzata.
So I was going to say, did you start
worked-
at like a cost cutters?
No, hell no.
Where all the beauty school people start at?
No, and I had
So
actually
you
worked.
probably started at high end.
I did.
Yeah, okay.
But I worked at the desk there.
So you already had it
Previous.
in.
I did. Yep. I worked at the desk there for about a year. And then
And now is that place still
they
around?
are. They are. They're still in Wayzata.
Okay.
Yeah. And then after there, I worked there for like 5 years, I think.
Okay.
So I did all my advanced training there. I learned, pretty much everything I know
Mike ran
there.
into you somewhere at Southdale, right?
In the Galleria.
Yeah.
He was doing work in the Galleria. So the last place I worked was Lily in the Galleria.
And that was
in Edina.
Okay.
And I was there for 8 years.
Okay. And that's when your hands went to shit and you had to stop.
Yeah.
Ugh. Can't even.
I mean, I still do it at home.
Right. No, I know.
But I pick and choose my people. Like, I only do, like, my favorite.
Okay. We're gonna start our wine tasting. What do we got here? Have you heard of this, Marie? I know you're a wine drinker.
No, but I love Sauvignon Blanc, and if it's New Zealand, I like it even
know
more.
New Zealand wine is the best.
Yes,
So
love it.
we have a Sabaro Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, 2023. It's our first time having a wine.
Oh
a
boy.
wine test.
You guys have never had a wine test before,
No.
and you picked my favorite?
I specifically.
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Sauvignon Blanc was your favorite, but I knew you like wine, so
Well, it smells like ass.
just shut up. You like? I know you like Moscato.
Oh,
Oh,
Got that
you do
bartender
not.
Moscato.
Burtner right
With
there in the
blue
blue bottle.
Yep.
Moscato? I mean, I want to vomit.
Yeah, because it's so sweet, you can't
Oh,
handle
it's
it.
terrible.
You're terrible.
Oh no.
Fucking terrible.
Love it.
Ooh,
I love
this
it.
is interesting.
Yeah.
You have to
Oh
drink
my
the whole thing.
God,
Use
So
your beer as a
it's
chaser.
$17.99 for
this
this
shit
bottle.
is fucking. People pay money for how
Yes.
much?
I mean, talk to me. I'm right next to you. I like it.
Huh?
Fresh
Why?
guava, sweet kiwi, zesty citrus, and passion fruit.
It does have a lot of flavors that pop
Does.
off. I don't know what the fuck all they all are.
I
but-
used
But
to
you're
drink.
not a wine drinker,
No.
so
I used to drink Pinot Grigio, and then I got onto the Sauvignon Blanc, and I like it
Pinot
so
Grigio's
much
my
more.
favorite.
Oh, New Zealand
Horrible.
or
Ah.
I think it's only New. Are you
Oh.
okay?
This shit will give you Tourette's. Something's wrong with this shit. I don't know. Yeah.
Did you finish it? I'll drink yours.
Oh God.
I mean, it's an acquired taste. Like my first sip.
Wine
Yeah.
is an
Are you
acquired
serious?
taste.
It's like licking. I'd rather lick someone's asshole than.
No,
drink
you
this.
wouldn't.
I swear to fucking
Did
God, I
you
would.
see his shirt?
100%.
Oh dear God, on the Bible.
I don't have one of them.
A Bible?
No.
Everyone should have one.
Probably.
I've only got
I
two
got
in my
Jim's-
house, and they're both from Becky.
I got Jim's original Bible from
You
when he was
did?
13 years old.
Oh my gosh, cute. He didn't read it often, did he?
Oh,
I don't know.
whatever.
My dad read the Bible cover
Well,
to
right.
end many, many
What
times.
good did it do him?
Not. I mean,
Yeah,
I think
see?
he did have a relationship with the Lord. I think.
I think we all can, but I don't need to read the Bible.
And I don't have to go to Living Word.
Right.
Yeah,
And I
don't
don't
need
have to
every
give 10%
Sunday.
of my income.
I don't need to be into a church.
He was given more than that.
Oh, I know. I believe that.
How much?
More than 10%
They
of
say
his
10%
income.
of their income.
That's tithing, right?
I put.
And then above that is offering. Is that right? Oh, I don't know. Something like that.
I know they pass a basket around.
I
Me and
pay
Mike
my
went
church
to
income
We
goes
went to that
to
one
my-
in Elk River, which was kind of fun because they play rock and roll music and stuff like that. But like, they pass the basket around, which we were told when we went to this church with the people that we went with. That, oh, no, they don't ask for money or anything like that. The fuck they did the whole time.
10 seconds.
The
in.
entire time. I swear
Third
the
song
first
in. Fifth song in.
the first half of every service at Living Word was all about tithe and offering.
Yeah, it's probably
My
all
dad's
on.
like,
They
I
don't
don't
even
talk
think
about
they
money that
build
often.
these
Yes,
big,
they do.
fancy churches.
Yeah, and
You know?
pay for all that shit.
They're flying. Mac Hammond and his wife are flying on private jets all over.
Right.
And actually, the girl
Still
that I
to this day.
apprenticed with was her stylist. So
Nice.
that hit close to home too.
I bet.
You like this stuff?
Yeah, I'll drink up.
Fuck. That might be the
So let's
worst
talk
one
about
I've
your
ever
beautiful
tasted.
son, Sam.
Okay. I
Sam,
love
I
him.
am.
I know.
Do you want to see a picture of him?
So he's 22,
Kinda know.
right?
He sounds super hot.
Well, no, he's not. He's just
He's
handsome.
a handsome boy.
And he's such a nice man. Inside and out. He's just great.
So does he have a girlfriend?
He does, yes.
What does he
Ashley,
That you like?
I love her.
Oh.
You
Now,
really
has he
better.
brought home ones that you haven't liked? Because that's been my...
No,
I
but
think
he's only had
moms-
2 girlfriends, and
Oh.
he's never brought girls home in between. So I've really only met his 2 girlfriends.
Okay.
But
Because
she's
I feel
going
like
to.
single moms with boys, as we were talking about, like,
Super
are
fucking
super protective.
Super
Like,
judgy.
Yeah.
But
Fucking motherfuckers. Can't
But
give a
I
motherfucker
also
a
knew
chance.
that I couldn't pick. I'll never be able to pick his partner in life
Oh, no.
or his partner at that time. So
But
if
you
I
have an
want to
opinion.
remain, if I want to remain close to my son, I have to find the good things about her, right? And sometimes,
What
even
if there was no good things?
well, then I'd be saying something. I
Okay.
mean, you know, I have a big mouth like
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I'm
I
saying,
mean, how is there
Because
not?
that was cold.
How hard is it to find something good about
My mom don't
somebody?
like none of my
Yeah.
girlfriends. I come they're all trash. Literally. Like,
I
I see
really.
a picture of this fucking kid.
But anyway, your question about was Sam
his girlfriend.
Oh,
and
yep.
He has a girlfriend.
he
and
does.
you like
She
her.
lives in Arizona. Sam lived in
Oh, I love
Arizona. That's where my mom and my sister and my stepdad live in
Really?
Fountain Hills, so just outside of Scottsdale.
Oh, I love
They moved there about 4
Big
years
taco.
ago.
They were in
Oh,
Florida
yeah.
the last time I talked to you. They upped and went to Florida, I thought.
No.
Oh, it was Arizona that they happened to move?
Yes.
Okay.
And they moved
Why-
on
why
my
I thought
brother's
Florida?
anniversary of his death,
I remember it was an
which was
issue.
horrible for me.
Except it gets hot as fuck there.
I know, but you want to know something? It's dry heat. It's totally different.
Get fucked with your goddamn dry heat.
No, I
will
swear to
fucking
God.
knock you right off this fucking
Actually,
chair.
I will say their
Fuck
pool.
this.
I love it.
I was
I
in
love it too.
116 degrees.
No,
Drinking,
124.
get fucked, drinking beer in 116, and I wanted to shoot myself in the face because I was
You have
so
to be inside of water.
fucking. I was standing next to water.
No, you have to be in the water.
My
Even
beer
in the water,
bottle-
though, my mom's
my
pool
beer
is like hot,
bottle,
Oh.
like a
my
bathroom.
Really?
beer
Yeah.
bottle was so hot that I almost burnt my lips.
Oh
You
my
literally
gosh,
have
you
to
did.
drink it so fast. Otherwise, the beer bottle gets warm and then it fucking.
Well, yeah.
I
those
never
tingles
thought
all
about
over.
that.
It's not acceptable. Fuck
Lake-
Arizona
Lake
for that
Havasu?
dry heat.
I'd love to go to Lake
Jim's-
Havasu.
Havasu's
Jim-
bomb as fuck.
You've been there?
Yeah.
Oh, all my
love it.
uncles used to go.
But Jim's aunt, his aunt lived there, which would have been one of Jeannie's sisters. And so when we rode our motorcycles in July to Lake Havasu,
Sounds like a
we
great
had
idea.
to ride like in the middle of the night, and then
Oh, dude,
we
you get
shut it down by like
blasted
10
as
a.m.
fuck
You know,
by
and
bugs.
because your motor is just gonna fucking.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
But yeah, you
because
can't ride when it's
Harley
that hot.
Davidsons are air cooled. There's no cool
I mean,
air coming
mine,
anywhere.
mine made it.
We walked into it 134. It said on the
Holy fuck.
When
I
we
mean,
rolled
it gets
into
really
town-
hot.
Dude, I thought 116. Like, I was standing there just standing. I wasn't even fucking moving other than this, drinking beer and just dripping sweat. So when you say dry heat, you get fucked with your dry heat.
I love.
I'm telling you, I like
Yeah,
it.
I
no.
love it too.
It-
I like it.
Nah,
And going to Vegas, oh my god, it's like the best.
I've been there during the summer a few times.
July.
Actually, and it's the best tan I've ever had.
Yes,
I don't
Um,
know.
Jamaica's probably the best tan I've ever had. But
Oh, I love Jamaica too. So anyway, Sam lived in Arizona for a winter because obviously with roofing, they have their winters off.
Yep.
So he moved in with one of his really good friends who's the #1 wake surfer in the world.
Oh.
Oh, I bet
He's
he
been-
knows my
Been
buddy's
all over the world.
daughter's daughter. I don't know her name actually.
My buddy's daughter's daughter.
Yeah,
Ah.
she's a wakeboarder too. She's sponsored
Wake
by
surf.
well, whatever.
I don't
Wakeboarding,
even know
wake
the
surfing.
difference. but-
Yeah, it is wake surf. Whatever. You're right.
Yeah, that's what they
yeah.
do now. Nobody wakeboards anymore.
Well, whatever.
Well, whatever. Anyway.
I've never done any of it. so-
I've done it. I've
I
tried the wake
kneeboarded
surfing
once,
though.
And,
And I can't stay up on that wake surf. I mean, you have to let go of the rope and like
Yeah.
really get your rhythm
Yep.
and stuff. I was
I've
not
never even
successful.
water skied.
You haven't?
No,
I can
either.
slalom.
I've never
You
done that
haven't?
either.
I was
What?
for sure you
I
were.
tried wakeboarding once and then ate shit and like
You didn't get up? Do you snowboard?
I tried it once and fucking ate shit the entire time.
Oh my god, so did I with the
Yeah.
snowboarding. It was
My-
horrifying.
I just would assume you would just be good at that.
You would think with like skating and
Yeah.
shit, but no. I
It's
went.
hockey.
My buddy Spitzka brought me. We went up to whatever Duluth. Whole day, he leaves me by myself. I'm sitting here trying to snowboard. I'm eating shit after shit after shit after shit.
Like,
Fucking
it feels like someone picks you up by your
Ah.
ankles and
then
slams
just
you down on
yeah,
the ground.
yeah.
I mean, it's like a
Finally-
bounce.
Finally,
It's so
I
bad.
get it towards the end of the day. He's like, "All right, we're leaving." I'm like, "What? No, get
just
fucked."
starting.
I
Yeah.
can finally make
I
it
just got
down the
the
hill
hang of
without
this.
fucking eating shit.
I don't know. I never made it down a hill without eating
fucking
shit.
prison.
Prison.
I'm planet bullshit. The galaxy of this sucks camel dicks.
So how long has Sam been with his girlfriend?
They just celebrated a year. And
Oh.
when he was out there living with his friend and some other roommates, they were kind of from all over the country. So he met a lot of really neat
So
people.
where does he live now?
With me.
Oh, he is living with
I would love for him to live with me forever.
forever.
Forever and ever and ever.
I know. I love that.
But she's wonderful. She is really, really, really motivated, super smart. She's going to school to be a dentist.
Oh.
Dentist?
A dentist,
I
yeah.
fucking hate her.
I hate the dentist too,
Oh,
but I love her. She's
fuck.
great.
Well,
She
unless
ready
they
to
give
be
me
a grandma?
dentist.
No, no, Sam's not having kids for like a long time. He
Okay.
won't even get a dog yet because he's like, it's too much responsibility.
Okay,
like
so
he's very career driven and like focused. And,
things happen. And
yeah,
whoops
they do.
happen.
Yeah, it happened to me. But I think he looked at myself and his dad had 2 daughters before I was
Before,
with him.
yeah.
Yes. So
Was he a lot older than you?
6 years.
Okay.
But graduated
Not a
from
lot
Warno.
older, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, that's where they met, Arizona. When he was
And
there.
she lives there,
She's there, yep.
and now they're having a long distance relationship.
They have been the whole time.
Oh.
Oh, that sounds aggressive.
Yeah, it's hard.
So
Very hard.
yeah, I feel like long distance, like
He's-
you don't get the grasp of the day to day. Like it can go great, like
Well, they
I'm not living with you. I'm not cleaning your laundry. I'm not cleaning up
Yeah,
after you
true.
and all of that. you
True,
know?
but they've spent a lot of time together. Like he goes there, she's been here a couple times, and he goes there very often.
Okay.
I mean, we were out there for a month last winter, and he stays with her the whole time. So they've kind of gotten, a little taste of that. But
What town did you say? Fountain.
my mom,
Yeah.
she's in Fountain Hills.
Fountain Hills. I feel like that's where Pat Zimmerman moved to. Jim, the friend of the Bonhoffs. Do you remember Pat? Oh, he would come up for Christmas and stuff like
Oh,
that.
really?
Yeah, Pat.
I'm sure I'd recognize
He was
him. But...
really good friends with Wayne. And so
Oh, okay.
then